Hi. Hello. How are you all doing? We're painting today. Oh. It's been a weird week. It feels like months ago that I started this week for whatever reason. You ever get that feeling? Yeah. Oh, no, I don't know the schedule. I know sometimes on a Sunday I'll show my schedule here. I don't know what my schedule's going to be. I've not made it. I've had one of those nights. I've had one of those days. I've been running behind, not getting stuff done. You know, but hi, Crafty Night. Has it been a while? Has it been a while since we last saw you? Oh, it's a hi, iOS, and hello, Eternal Octacle, also known as Anthony. How you all doing? Yeah. We got them Mechanicus blues. Mechanicus blues, yeah. We got them Mechanicus blues. Do. Oh no, blues music. Blues Clues. Oh. Okay, yeah, that's a good enough post to make. Good enough advertisement. Cupcake creations, yep, everything's working, everything's online, yeah, nice. Okay. And then next week, it seems like next week is when pre-orders for 11th edition go up. Oh, so I'm gonna need my monies. I'm gonna need my monies. Oh, but 11th edition, I'm excited for the orcs. I'm excited for Marines too. I don't like having an abundance of Screamer helmets, but I do like having Screamer helmets just to, you know, make some models feel a bit unique or a bit different. And by Screamer helmets, I mean those, ones if you got like that fox grill at the front on their Space Marine helmets. Yeah, I like them. They're fun. Oh. Also, I have got some painting done, but not Mechanicus painting. I'm saving that for the channel because I've got so many other things to paint. I've got to go back. I got to go through all of my old Space Marine models that we've painted and, you know, change the shoulder pad trim to gold and change the Templar symbols that aren't white to gold as well. Because for now, the Inquisitors, they're not the Templars. Also, I feel like at the moment, Black Templars are more turning away from some of the more moderate routes. Because there's not been a lot of recent lore with Templars not just being fanatical, Puritan, crazy people who just make everything worse. Yeah, so I want my Templars, I want my Space Marines to be different from them. You know? Gotta go back for Marines and do it all again. It's true. I kind of don't like it because I've been going over some of the old crosses, but because they're already painted black, usually on a white background, going over them with gold, it doesn't look quite right. I can show you what I mean. Just let me turn my air conditioner on again. Actually, it's getting way too hot in here. Not enough wind. Oh gosh, where are we? I'm also going to need to get another Black Templar upgrades through when I get the new starter set. Do. So next week, though, I'm expecting next week actually to have the new Cadian models to come out. So it's very light for me, maybe for new, I say for new Cadian. Do you know if the Recon, not for Recon Squad, the Recon Squad's not going to come out. The Hippogriff, the Centaur, those two. And well, no, Yarrick's already out by himself, actually, and Graves is, because they weren't in the big set. Yeah, we don't have a Centaur by itself, and we don't have a Hippogriff box by itself yet. So I'm kind of expecting them to come next week. But if they don't, then they might release at the same time as the starter set. I don't know. But where are we? Hand cam, dab, 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 smash! Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, we got for Mechanicus models, we got from our blue. It's not a great blue, but again, we're just trying to get like base colours done. We'll solidify for blue later. And honestly, with some washes and some highlights and stuff, the issue that we've got with the blue at the moment, where it kind of looks, you know, it's a bit... Well, it's got different shades effectively on it. That's fine. It should look better once we've got like more highlights and stuff. But before then, I might go over a second coat of blue just to make it look a bit stronger. Unfortunately, I don't have a Talisaur blue for like layer color equivalent to it, so that's got to make things a bit difficult. But it's fine. Yeah, as I said, I've not done these guys yet. I've been focusing on trying to get my... Because I know you guys don't want to see too much Marines on stream. So here we go. I finished the Neophytes finally. As you can see, I've coloured the bases. I've got the guns all coloured up. Got dirt and grime all over them. And I like the crosses on them. I think it looks cool. But also, I've been going... Now, this is like the gold here, you'll see. It's not as good as the cross on this guy. Where is he? Like, but that's because it's not finished. I'm just going over the base gold. I might have to give it a second coat, actually. Maybe try getting into these edges along the trim. I've also been going over, like, these areas. Just over trim on the shoulder pad, like, this is how it was. Actually, no, that's not a good example. This isn't a good example either because I already did the gold. This one's a better example. Where you can see sometimes they do, like if they've got this extra little bit on the shoulder pad, I paint that extra bit gold normally. Hi, IRS. Hi, Jenkins. How you both doing? I changed this. Hi, Albatronic. I changed the blooming setting so it still wouldn't translate everything. Customization. Here we go. Yeah, I'm glad Briar told me where it is because I kept looking. I kept missing it. I'm blaming dyslexia. But yeah, on this model, you can see like the trim there is black, not gold. So that's got to be painted gold. On this model, the cross is got to be painted gold. And the trim here, also gold. There's actually not too many examples here because a bunch of this squad have these shoulder pads on. Or do you know other special shoulder pads that I decided to do for trim gold on? You can see here is where I started like... I mean also it's at this point where I'm starting to try and make my models more fancy. But also I'm starting to like choose to paint them a bit fancier anyway, and eventually like I think it does help make them look less Black Templar-y. Like from this angle we don't necessarily think, oh, that's a Black Templar. From this angle you might guess Black Templar, but for blues or purples it's like, no, what are they? From this angle it's like, oh, there's a little Templar symbol there that's white. From this angle it's gold here. Like, is it a Black Templar? That's what I want people to think. I want people to recognise that it might be a Black Templar. But to try and, like, not have it immediately obvious to them. This is green stuff. I downloaded the Warhammer Painting app. Does anyone know if it's any good? I've not seen the Painting app. I do sometimes use the website to have a look at, like, the different paints. I mean, that much black, I'm auto thinking Black Templar adjacent. Yeah, probably. But it's like from this angle, you can see the crosses. You think, I want it to like think, oh, that might be a Black Templar, but I don't want you to think immediately it's definitely a Black Templar. I mean, black and white, Raven Guard. Who else is black and white? You got the Empress Scythes or whatever, like that, Scything Talons or something, who are black and orange. I want people to be like, the coloured shoulder pads, the golden Templar symbols, the golden trim, the blue weapons and capes. I want people like, you know, second guessing what they are. It's like, yeah, they are Templars, or originally Templars. They were Black Templar Crusade. When I was painting this guy's shoulder pad, his arm just came off, which made it much easier, to be honest. Yeah, you can see though, definitely some of these edges I might need to go back over. And when I'm doing the full bright copper highlight, because what I'm going to do, right current Earthshade, full bright highlight, and then Storm Silver highlight. If I had a white helm, then I might mistake it for Raven Guard. Oh yeah, Raven Guard do white helms. Wait. The neophytes have decided to start giving white helms. The first group of neophytes who painted, they have steel helms. But I didn't like how that looked in the end, so I went for... We all know no one plays Raven Guard. No! Yeah. Ultimately, they are Black Templars, basically. My dudes, though, for called the Acquisitus, they follow very similar to the Black Templar doctrine of, you know, screw for Codex Astartes, I'm going to do it my own way. 30k ones are better. 30k. These helmets are from 30k. Of a neophytes. Banana. No! Banana. There we go. Why? But, yeah, I've been... So, the Inquisitors, a Space Marine chapter that's on an eternal crusade, as you can imagine. And their crusade, they've basically got a holy reference and further to acquire just more and more archaeotech, relics, Xenos and heretical artifacts, you know, just to keep outside of people's hands, mainly for Xenos artifacts rather than just corrupt artifacts. They destroy the chaosly involved ones. Liberating planets, well, bringing planets back into the Emperor's Light. What else do they do? Oh, there's a fifth thing that they do. And like the sixth one is, you know, help people. But that's the order in which they like doing things. Or things that they like doing. So top most is acquire archaeotech. And acquire relics. If they have to abandon an entire world to get archaeotech and relics, they will abandon or sacrifice a world to do it. They won't like abandoning or sacrificing a world to do it, but they'll rather do that than risk losing the chance to get some more archaeotech relics or Xenos artifacts. If there's none of them involved, or if they can save a planet at the same time, obviously they're going to liberate the planet. They're going to bring it back into the Emperor's Light. As long as I sprinkles, you won't be your normal model. No! What comes after the... I'm trying to think, what was the other thing after liberating planet? Oh yeah, destroying heretics, obviously. But yeah, so when it comes to... If they have to... So basically... They'll do whatever they need to do to acquire relics and artifacts and xenotech. Then they'll rescue planets. If they have to let some heretics go in an attempt to save a planet and bring it into the Emperor's Light, then that's what it will take to save a planet. If they have to sacrifice people, though, to eliminate the heretics, that's what they'll do. And if they can... then save and help the people out, that's what they'll also do. Like, I kind of want them to be a bit less grimdarky than your average Black Templar in a lot of ways, but you know, still, I mean, they're still in the 40k universe, they're still grimdark. Like, they won't like sacrificing people or, you know, having to let people die or suffer in an attempt to do something else. But they will, if that's what they have to do. You know. Here we go. Mass jump. Oh no, I think it's not gonna help. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh, I got it. I'm sorry. There you go. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Yeah. So, how big are these guys next to a Space Marine though? Like, we got a Space Marine stats. They're basically Space Marine size. They're just a bit more hunchback because of the big old weapons. So rigged. So rigged. No, it's not rigged. It's just... It just happened. It just happened that way. Do, 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 do. Punch. Smash. Punch. Maybe I should just paint them gold. Maybe I should go back all over all the old models and change all the black to gold. Maybe that would work. Nah. There we go. Oh, need to put these guys to one side. Oh gosh, I just threw them. No! There we go. There we go. So here we are. What do we have? We've got Sandry Dust here. So we've got to go over all the models with Sandry Dust now. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be good enough. How are they going to be painted again? We need to remind myself. So all the wires are going to be red. All the metal parts on them, like wherever I want to paint metal, like the gun and here and stuff, that's going to be gold. The eyes are going to be red. The Mechanicus symbol is going to be white and red, as you can see there. Hi, Talan, how you doing? Make them custards we have at home. Yuck. No, we're not going to do that. She is going to be a bit different, in which her armor plating is actually all going to be red, not... Yeah, armor plating is all going to be red with gold trim on it, rather than blue, because she's still a tech beast from Mars, so she's still going to wear red. Everyone else is going to minimize how much red they actually have on the models. I'm probably going to do all the tubing on her. I don't know what colour I'll do for tubing on wires and stuff. Maybe red as well, just to simplify it. Or maybe I should do them green. I think I'll do them red to simplify the entire scheme. Or maybe I think everything that's not red on her, I'm going to do either gold or the same beach colour. For beige. How we do? We're doing okay. How are you doing? For this guy, I'm going to do, I think, you know, these safety rails red. And for trim on the legs, also red. Yeah. Everything else is either going to be beach coloured or the little lights are going to be red. Everything else is either going to be beach coloured, gold, or like the Mechanicus symbol's going to be white and red. So, I win yet again. You should do the safety rails in life ring colours, so orange and white.
You should do the safety rails in life ring colours, so orange and white.
Are you just saying that, Cuptle, because that's like your colours? I mean, we could do, but I don't really want to. I want to still have like a noticeable or notable Mechanicus tinge to them, you know? I finished reading Way of Kings, really good book. You got terrible taste. Terrible taste. I'm joking. I'm glad you enjoyed the book. Or Lifeguard colours. No. Lifeguard colours. I've seen a little bit of that one thing that had that one actor in it. And they were red. And by a little bit of that thing, I mean more like clips in other shows. Oh, that's my magnifying glass just going over. Zoom, 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 zoom. There we go. That means it's magnific. Yeah, the best recommendation for a product of Actininian is when Conjurer doesn't like it. Look. I'm pretty sure Way of King mentions onions at one point. That makes it bad. Now, I'm just not a big fan of Brandon Sanderson's writing style. It's okay. I just struggle getting into pretty much any book he's written. There are no onions in that universe. I'm pretty sure there's strawberries in that universe. And I'm pretty sure a bunch of people complained when he mentioned strawberries in the book, because it's like, oh my gosh, but there's like no other food or vegetable from the real world in the Cosmo universe. Why have we suddenly got... Was it in Way of Kings or was it in a different book? He didn't pick up on it. Precisely! He doesn't have a writing style. It's boring. Of course she hates the book, but has... No, that's because literally everyone in my life likes Brandon Sanderson books. That probably only just makes me dislike them more. Not because of a sort of, you know... Oh, what's the word? Contrary thing. But simply because it's like, do you know when you have like something you don't really like maybe the MCU, and then everyone else seems to like it, so it's always in your face?
Don't you give up on it.
Hi,
the
Ellen.
other world it takes you.
But because everyone else just loves it, and it's like just you can't escape it. You go to school, it's there. You talk to your friends, what they're talking about, it's that thing you don't like. You go home, your parents have it on full blast on the audiobook. You want to go somewhere, when you're driving the car, audiobook, full blast. You want to speak to your friends, oh, they're just talking about Way of Kings. You go off to a shop to buy something. Oh, what's the shop person speaking about with one of the customers? Blooming Brandon Sanderson. You decide to just watch your favourite, someone you like on YouTube or whatever. What have they talked? Oh, a new book they like. Oh, it's blooming Brandon Sanderson. Blooming Brandon Sanderson. Did you see Tunnock's tea cakes and tea already? No. The only other explanation is that you just hate people having fun. No, it's more to the fact that my parents like listening to the audiobooks on full blast. Or do you know, like what? Oh, my mother has this really bad habit of, you know, just completely zoning out when you're trying to talk to her. And she just like, you'd be talking to her and she just like picks up her phone and just starts playing an audiobook. Or you think you're talking to her, she's replying and everything, but it turns out she wasn't listening to a single word. She's just had like, she has Dilvy's bone conductor earphones on. And she's just, and when you just hear the book of the background, especially when you realise that her responses aren't making any sense, it's like, oh, blooming. Basically, I hate Brandon Sanderson books because my parents love Brandon Sanderson more than me. This is why she likes Warhammer. I've never seen someone have fun playing Warhammer. I struggle to keep attention to read books. Get audiobooks. I almost said cupcakes. Your mother's absorbing the vibes of a book. Oh, but yeah. See, I mean, you can see, I have a lot of Brandon Sanderson related trauma to deal with. Cupcake audios. I mean, that's what I kind of do. You know, when I'm reading some of these other books on stream, I'm kind of making a cupcake audio book for you guys. Oh, gosh. Let me just check. I'm not going on screen, am I? Think so. Yeah. Cupcake audio is when you listen to 5 hours silent audio and at the end you hear Gunter say, oh, was I supposed to read it out loud? Yeah. So if the law reading
are your attempt at audiobooks, could you please do them in the style of Brandon Sanderson?
No. Also, I don't know what you mean. Like, does Brandon Sanderson do some reading of his own audiobooks or something? I heard he writes his own books. He does write his own book. He's an incredibly prolific author. And honestly, I admire Brandon Sanderson in a lot of ways. I'm not a big fan of his writings. It's the same with a lot of things. Like, a lot of people don't like Stephen King books. And with some other books, I mean, I don't blame people. Or some of it's like, oh, this was a good book. I wonder what the last chapter's about. It's like, yep, I wish I never read that last chapter. Yeah, that was weird. At least he doesn't, Brandon Sanderson doesn't have that. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, it's best you don't know what I'm talking about. Oh gosh. Yeah, that tube's gonna be red. Gunter is such a contrarian, he starts appreciating Brandon Sanderson's skateboard career. No, I appreciate, like, he's an amazing author in terms of, like, how prolific he is at the very least. And he's consistent, if nothing else. A lot of authors do struggle with consistency. Like, the writing style might change halfway through. Oh, you just suddenly see, like, characters just suddenly start acting really weird. There we go. I've read a whole book and I had a lot of fun. There's plenty of good action. The descriptions are crisp and help a lot with imagining the massive world he created. Yeah. Do you know a book you probably like? Or possibly like? I won't say probably. Especially the first couple of chapters. I say couple, but like the first few chapters. Oh, but Brandon Sanderson finished writing it because the author died like halfway through writing. Well, neat. I think the last 2 books of out of 13 is written by Brandon Sanderson. And it's called Wheel of Time. That being said, like, my 2 friends, both of them love Brandon Sanderson work. One of them has never been able to get into Wheel of Time, and the other one absolutely adores Wheel of Time. And both my parents adore Wheel of Time too. Me? I despise it. I despise it. It should have been thrown into the volcano. Take it to Mount Doom. Yeah. Hi, Lord Grandmaster. We're talking about books. There are plenty of good callbacks and lore moments you can piece together yourself before being revealed. It's for like a chapter where they quarter a cupcake in it or something. They might as well have. Look, apparently the worst thing to ever have forced upon you is the force to wash some dishes and pots. That's the one thing that Wheel of Time. Just I remember it vividly. Like, oh, they were forced to wash pots, and it was so awful. Oh no. Ah. Yeah. Sounds like someone who wasn't forced to wash pots. But I've washed plenty of pots. There we go. Okay, you know a book that everyone should read? It's called the Warhammer Rulebook. It's amazing. Even has hype moments and aura. Oh no, that's like the worst thing ever. Who wants hype moments and aura in the book? I don't want hype moments and aura in the story. All I want is everyone to suffer constantly at every single moment. And if they're not suffering, then they don't exist anymore. That's how you should write a story. Just constant suffering. From birth to death. Except when you don't let them die, you have to bring them back and just put them in more pain and suffering. I once tried reading the Warhammer rulebook with a book burst on fire and saved me from having to deal with that. No! That sounds awful. You should get another book. There we go. This is legit how you write books, and it worries me. I know. I know. It's just because, you know, people say you should use yourself in your life as a reference. And I do that, and it's like, oh, why is everyone so unhappy in my book? It's like, okay, okay, so, you know, everyone has to be in pain at hard times. You're not allowed not to be in pain, you know? You know? It's like characters having... I don't think people really have many friends in real life. And when they do have friends, you know, you spend decades apart from one another. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. It's realistic. People say you should use real life as a reference. And real life is just suffering. I'm joking with you. Oh, God. There we go. The least joking I'm joking moment. No, it's fine. It's fine. Look, I'm joking. My life isn't suffering because I'm amazing. I'm amazing. Now, although I do have some issues sometimes trying to like write or things because I'm like, yeah, I don't really have that stuff going on. I don't have a reference of this sort of thing that people are meant to have. I have no frame of reference. But then when I need to do stuff like that, I literally just go, I have no frame of reference. TV, give me answers. Oh, so this is how people are meant to behave. This is how normal humans act. What do you mean? Okay, so why isn't Joey eating everyone else? I don't understand why Joey just didn't eat the other friends. Because he's the biggest. Actually, no. Man, Joey was like kind of the biggest, but Ross was the tallest. Maybe that's why they didn't eat all the other friends. But anyway, yeah, I don't really understand it, so all I do is just reference a TV show in those circumstances. And bing, bang, boom. It works. You mean you're not involved in the interplanetary political drama? No comment. There we go. Once again, it's too hot. Now, the ironic thing is that when I've been like part of writing groups and stuff, or had like editors look at my work, the one comment I often get is that I'm very good at writing dialogue. And that's the craziest part to me, because I mostly write good dialogue based on just the same way that a sitcom would write dialogue. Literally, it's just like, oh, I've watched a lot of sitcoms. I know how people are meant to speak to one another. And it's not realistic at all. I know it's not realistic. It's just meant to be like, in the same way that sitcoms is over-exaggerated and a bit silly, my dialogue is always a bit like that. It's not realistic. Yet people always come out being like, your dialogue's really good in here. Like, yeah, this is what you get for someone who watches way too many sitcoms. There we go. I can see why people say Mechanicus models are intimidating. My goodness, these guys are intimidating. Hi, Finn's Valkador, turning me into a banana again. Classic hero journey story, but written by Conjurers, so now the card to adventure has to deal with low income tax brackets and expenditure planning. You're only saying that because I actually did write the economy of how my character lives. And I showed you the entire breakdown of her economic status, including rent, groceries and stuff. I had to figure out how, you know, what she'd eat, what she'd do, how she'd live. The hero needed all four grandparents to die at the same time so they could use the inheritance to leave the starting city. Yeah. Actually, wait. In my experience, when a grandparent dies, all the money goes to the evil, conniving person in the family. So that means the hero would just be screwed over by their siblings, or their cousin, or a mixture of both. And now, because they're poor, they have no money, they've been absolutely screwed over by the family, and they can't go to their family for aid because that's the one who screwed them over. They're now forced to become an adventurer and take on these dangerous missions to pay for, what would they be paying for from experience? Or the hero is the evil, conniving member. That would be a hero. So what happens here? Oh, they have to pay for the entire funeral fees for the grandparents and the healthcare fees of the grandparents. But because they never got any
I am so
inheritance.
lost, so I'm going to ask what happened to the Rimworld colony.
What happened to the Rimworld colony? I mean, it still exists. We've not played it for a while though. It's not easy being an MC in Cupcake Kundra story. So here we go. The first 10 chapters, the hero has to fight for evil, conniving, shadowy figures so he can take some inheritance money so he can afford the gruel. What do you mean he? Okay, internet to 6,000. Yeah, okay, we're back. We're back. Hi. My mistake. Yeah, Queen Slay. So, anyway. Her family is screwed her over. She has to pay for the hospital bills and healthcare bills of her grandparents, and for evil conniving members that stole the inheritance money won't pay. For others feel too angry at the grandparents to, you know, want to pay for anything because, you know, the inheritance issue. So now she's been saddled with all of these debts. There's only one way to clear the debt, and that's by taking on a quest, a dangerous and difficult mission. Or alternatively, because she's now being put into massive debt and she can't pay, she's been taken through the court system and put into prison. And as punishment, she's been put into like a penal unit. So like, you know, soldiers, prisoners turned into soldiers. And now she has to fight these bad guys under the foot of this corrupt regime. Oh, yeah. Hello, Foxy. So, no, it's a woman AC. I hope she lives in a universe where women earn as much as men. So, yeah, there we go. There you go. There's an amazing story for you. Now, wouldn't you want to read that story? You know, main character. Now the issue is that I have when I write stories is making the motivation stick for my... Why is this darker? Because it's not meant to be sandy dust, it's meant to be your sharpety bone. Oh no. I accidentally used the wrong paint. You distracted me. Oh, I forgot to get water from a brush. I'll be right back. Oh, don't forget to like the stream. So it's a pledge for Omnisci. Keep the stream alive. The plan worked. The plan worked. No. By the time the hero meets the main villain for the first time, they're going to be 6-year-old and a grizzled veteran of a legal system. No. Smash. Hello, so the issue that I often have when I'm writing is... It's too late, I'm already here. So the issue I have often when I'm writing is... My characters often become these people who are dragged about by the universe, rather than having their own clear motivations and stuff. There we go. Bye, Longstocks. There's no limit to the bakery, Wyatts. There will be. Kalan, you're the mod here. Save us. Where's my tissue? It's like meant to be a little bit of tissue paper that I dry my brush on. It's gone missing. Oh no. Well, I've got more of them. There we go. Why are you holding that disgusting thing? What do you mean holding a disgusting thing? I've got a brush. Plan's the leader for Riot. What do you mean? No, it was Erland. I saw him. There we go. Gosh, really massacred everyone. Yeah, that's Dr. Landos. Now I have to just go back over and paint this model again. Let's page. It's not too bad. One of them being a bit darker than the others is fine. Maybe they got a bit cut. But yeah, I often have characters that just get swept up by the story rather than having a proper motivation of their own, or you know, lacking a clear goal in the story. That's often where I have the issues. So having a character whose clear primary goal is to forgive debt, that's, oh well, you know, fix the debt that they're in is pretty good. Them being dragged through the story to then, you know, maybe it goes into something more. Maybe they have to defeat the Demon King. And with the defeat of the Demon King, they can fix their debt issues. The issue with putting them, like, having them go through the court system and get, you know, thrown into prison and then, like, some sort of legion or whatever. Prison soldier legion. Is that then they suddenly lack or
Erland is the primus, Clan is the patriarch, the time is nigh, rise up cupcakes and overthrow the oppressor, the cupcake conjurer.
No! The Conjurer Debt universe might just be harder than the world of Attack on Titan or Berserk. You know, neither of those worlds are that bad, to be honest. Have you lived in the real world for 5 minutes? So yeah, that would remove her character agency. So we wouldn't actually want to do that to her. Instead, having her choose to go onto a quest where she can now, you know, get the money she needs. And maybe it's in a limited time frame that she has as well. But at least for the first few chapters of the story, until maybe you can bring her into a different story, evolve the story around her. Well, that's a good way of like giving her agency at the beginning, making people feel a bit sympathetic towards her. And, you know, giving her reasons to be like desperate to do these things rather than just the typical, I want to be an adventurer. Like, no. She's got massive debt. She doesn't want to be an adventurer. She just has to be. I was reincarnated in another world for destiny to defeat the demon lord, but I am too poor enough to navigate the legal system. Yes. I could also work. That would be hilarious, Isekai. Wait, isn't that just the first season of Konosuba? You made fun of me, but you know we can create some cool stories on these ideas. I know. See, exactly. Oh gosh, deja vu. That's not fun. There's a glitch in the Matrix. You think every story idea can be turned into a good story? I think every story idea can be turned into a good story if you have enough love for the idea. Like Uma Musume is a very silly concept, but they did it with so much love that it became great. They had love for the money that it would bring. And from there, they created the world of Uma Musume. Which sounds, you know, silly, but honestly, that's actually how a lot of beloved universes come about. And so too must you have a love for money. Yeah. Honestly, having a love for money and just wanting to get money as a motivation isn't a bad motivation. It can be a motivation for your character, or it can be a motivation for you. It can be a bit of a fickle motivation, but that's one of the things I sometimes struggle with my motivation, is I often just don't care enough about anything. Do I care about money that much? Not really. Motivation is difficult. I'm a very unmotivated person. Oh yeah, you need a bunch of glue in that arm, that's true. If I were to drop a cent around Kundra, she would dolphin flip towards me so she can afford another tank. Nah. I'm the kind of person that literally finds 100 quid. I'm like, hey, is this mine to keep, or does anyone want this money? We have money. We have money. And so must you have a love for money. We all must have a love for money. Motivations are important. It's the first step in committing crime. Finding a motive. Oh, that's what you expected me to say. Now is he the correct shade? Yeah, he is the correct shade. Boom, boom. To be fair, Kundra did have a hunger for money. She would just work for Lockheed Martin instead of becoming a fake YouTuber. True. I would have invested a bunch of money into it. Quite a long time ago. And that, I keep forgetting the names. German company that make basically cannons for tanks. They'll probably make a bunch of other stuff as well. Rhine, something or other. Rhine tail. I forget the name. I'd have become a grifter VTuber. Plenty of them about, my goodness. There we go. I found out that the reason my friend went to university apparently was literally hoping to find a partner, you know, a romantic partner. And she did that. I'm like, that's the entire reason to go to university. It's like, well, not the entire, but it was a big reason. And I'm like, what the heck is? You crazy egg. Rhine metal. Yeah, that one. Did you ever try looking confused at a lumberyard? Works for most women I know. I think she wanted an academic person. There we go. Ooh, new Armageddon cinematic. New Armageddon cinematic. Screw this. Oh. Okay, background music. Do we have?
It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. He is the master of mankind in the war between gods.
Oh, yeah.
And master of a million worlds
master
by
of
the
a million
might of
worlds.
his inexhaustible armies.
Oh, look at it.
He is the carrion lord of the Imperium. For 1,000 souls are sacrificed every day, so his may continue to burn. He is a rotting carcass, writhing with power, sustained by forbidden marvels from the It is to live in the cruelest and most bloody regime.
I've already seen these parts of the cinematic.
These are the tales of those times.
Eldar! By Avenger!
Forget the power of technology and science. For so much has been forgotten, never to be relearned. Forget the promise of progress and understanding.
That neck got over
For
target.
in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
Oh god, we took out a marine! Oh no! Salamander! Oh, salamander.
No peace amongst the stars. Only an eternity of carnage and slaughter.
You think it look like the scariest one of all of them?
And the laughter of thirsting gods. But the universe is a big place, and whatever happens, you will not be missed.
Oh, that was a longer cinematic than I expected. What? I'll be missed. I'll just keep ducking and weaving. They'll miss me so easily if the new edition begins. Pre-order 6th of June. 7 days. In 7 days. No, not 7, 6 days. 6 days. Yeah, that's a huge cinematic. It was so much better since there were no Tau in it. Yeah, there weren't any Tau. Oh no. There weren't any Photon either. Our Sisters of Battle. And what about the Imperial? Actually, no, we're kind of Imperial agents in it. We'll give them that one. No Death Watch. No Black Templars. No Space Wolves. But like Ultramarines twice though. The Tyranids honestly seem like that's like Holy Terror. That's not a Holy Terror. That's an Imperial battleship. Never mind. Yeah, the Die Avenger. The 2nd edition artwork of Codex Eldari. Oh. Oh no, yeah, that is a Psychic Lighthouse. Never mind, yeah, that is the Imperium. When we said that's a ship. New Dark Tide character was a Skitarii, no? Yeah. Perfect trailer now. Tau, no Templars. Yeah, no Tau, no Templars, no. Warlord Titan, the sound effects of Warlord Titan, oh my goodness. The Tyranids honestly seemed the scariest part of it. Like, they're holding their own against the Orcs and even beating them. You had them fighting well against the Guardsmen. And as soon as it was the Tyranids, it's like, no. The Tyranids have already won. Don't worry about it. Oh. That looks weird, actually. Because the way those in... Oh, no, that's his scar. That's his scar. That's up being fair every time. Okay. Because I was just thinking, like, if that was an injury from deal when he was killed, it's already showing signs of healing, which, doesn't seem right. But no, that's just his scar getting reopened. Salamander stocks are crashing. When you say that you want a new game that focuses on trench warfare, if FPS, first-person shooting. Yeah, that would be cool, actually. I kind of want that, do you know? Same way that you have Battlefield, kind of. Now, funnily enough, it didn't include the Dark Elder either. But look, it did include them here. Like for saying, hey, Armageddon's, you got Armageddon characters, but also there's other people at Armageddon too. And also, if you want these books, they're made to order, don't forget. Printed on demand until 5th of June. So if you do want one of these books and you weren't able to pick them up before, you can get them now. But yeah, let me put back my background music. There we go. That's a huge book. It's actually 2 books. So yeah, that was cool. I think that's one of my notifications. They're just like, hey, we got a new trailer. I'm like, yes, I want to see it. I was still hoping for something more in the line of the other 10th edition trailer. Where it shows all of the models that were in the starter set fighting with one another. Of a launch box, rather. It would have been cool to have that, because you don't have all of the models in the new one. Like, we don't see the Eradicators. But there we go. Well, that's kind of cool. That definitely seemed more focused on, you know, showing people what Warhammer is in a sort of, like a short introduction to Warhammer. Shows you varying factions, but not all of them. I guess one of the reasons that you didn't see Tau is because they really do not match the vibe of that trailer in the slightest.
Time to put cupcakes to the sword.
No, don't put a cupcake to the sword. Hi Blair Boris. Did you see the new trailer for Armageddon? If you go back a few minutes in the stream, you see it.
Cupcakes to the sword? March them to Ragnarok.
No! Cupcakes are friends, not soldiers, and things you should put to the sword. Ow, just... Ah, that was painful. Do you know on your knee, where you got, like, your knee, but you got a little bit, and you got, like, a sticky out bit here? Well, I just moved my leg, like, you know, that. Except my desk was just right here, so the sticky out bit caught right on my desk and shrink. Humans are like the Catan to the cupcakes. We eat the soul of a cupcake. The cupcakes just become Necrons. No! Not true. Lies. Humans would never understand the intricacies of the cupcake soul. You may try to eat their flesh, but their soul will always survive. Yeah, the one thing I'd say about the trailer is the Eldar are just kind of there. They don't do anything. All it does is just show the Eldar. I guess maybe the city being like empty apart from one person effectively does help give the idea that, you know, there's not a lot going on there anymore. They're running out of people. They weren't exactly doing anything. And then you had, once again, like, I know Mechanicus versus Necrons is an entire thing, but still, I'd like to see more of, you know, the two of them fighting other things. I mean, we've got the 500 Worlds campaign. If you wanted Ultramarines in the Armageddon trailer, have them fighting the Necrons in the 500 Worlds campaign. That would be great. Or maybe I'm just being crazy with those comments. There we go. But also no Grey Knights in the trailer. No Drukhari, no Grey Knights, no Tau, no Gene Stealer Cult. I guess one thing about the trailer is what is it? What do I want to say? Sorry, it was like a weird noise outside. It distracted me. Hi Elma, how you doing? You came back. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to see you too. We're talking about the new Warhammer trailer. Oh, not given these Skitavi names, have I? Should we give the Skitavi names? This one's Joseph. This one's Tony. That one's Toby. That one's Telly. And the last ones, we got Toby, Tony, Telly, and Tiny. Yeah! Oh my gosh, could you imagine if I named every single Skitavi just with... Has to begin with T, has to end with Y, has to be a 4-letter word. Toby. Tony. Hanny. Madam, one question. Who invented karaoke? I have no idea. Mr. Karaoke. Mr. Karaoke Man, he invented karaoke. He couldn't sing worth a damn, but that did not matter, because people sing karaoke. The funny bit is true. People sing karaoke to laugh at one another. So Mr. Karaoke would sing his happy songs, 'cause all he ever wanted to do was sing all along. Now people let him, despite how bad he was, 'cause it was in the name of doing karaoke. There we go. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum. Something weird in the middle. It's been an hour and 20 minutes and I've not done one model yet. We did get distracted by the blooming video. That's fine. That's me. That's allowed. Sneezing isn't. Okay, I'm gonna have to mute. And we had the entire situation of accidentally painting it for one colour and having to repaint over. Additional blushes, thank you. We've had karaoke. It was Roberto del Rosario who made karaoke. Oh. You learn something new every day when you play the karaoke. Okay, what does karaoke mean? Did you know this man who's as crazy as can be? Who is the one who is not? No, is it crazy? Leshies. Leshies. There we go. I'm all itchy now. There we go. Hay fever is not fun. Ah, I forgot to take hay fever medicine today. That makes sense. Oh, whatever. I'll take some more tomorrow then. Yeah, if there's ever a model that you want to paint sub-assembly, my goodness, it's Mechanicus models. Because the issue with them, despite doing a relatively simplistic colour scheme, where everything is pretty much just one of 4 colours, including like all of the details, is that because the models are so kind of complex, it's hard to get actually the paint on them. That's not too bad because I am going for light shades, so I don't need everything to be exact. Like once I get some washes on these, you won't necessarily notice some of the missed areas all that well. There we go. You're watching The Danger? Nope, I have not watched that. I don't watch a lot of things. I've been watching Fiona and Kate recently. Season 2 is a bit of a difficult watch for me. I'm not enjoying season 2 very much. I've almost finished it now. Not necessarily bad, just... You know, doing characters do stupid stuff. And like, please stop doing stupid stuff. Yeah, I am not good when it comes to things like this. One of the reasons I can't watch booming reality TV. I don't watch it. I've not watched it. There we go. I've never heard of it until this moment. Unless I have heard of it and I just completely forgot. Because I do that a lot. I'm very forgetful. Yeah, at the moment I feel like the worst one for the blue just being an absolute mess is this thing. Like for others it's forgivable. This thing, maybe I should put like some more Talisar blue on them. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Maybe I need a bigger brush for this. I don't mind it with the option for blue looks like this. You know, a bit streaky and messy. But I don't want it with everything else. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you for popping in. There we go. Where's another brush? A small brush. Bigger than the brush I've got. I got this brush, I guess. This is designed for shades, not contrast.
Misery word of the day, peace. There is no peace amongst the stars.
There's no peace amongst the stars, it's true. Did you see the new cinematic, Misery? Did you see the new cinematic? There we go. new cinematic. Yeah, we watched it. We watched it on stream. It's very fun. There we go. There's also no Death Guard there. Was there? No World Eaters. No Word Bearers. No Imperial Fist. Who do you think the voice was in the new cinematic? I'm guessing either Gulliman or Abaddon. Or Dante. Dante would make sense, since it's his chapter at the forefront. Sounds like a Space Marine voice, though. Hello, Officer Bucktud Russell. What did you guys think of the cinematic anyway? Did you like it? I've got this. It does start to look a little better. It's still a bit of a mess. It's better than like the streakiness that's back there. Why would any of the loyalists call the God Emperor a spits on the ground corpse god? Some of them do, I believe, because that's basically what he is. Custodians do sometimes. That's the thing that makes me think it might be Abaddon. Gulliman definitely would, because he doesn't really... He's aware that the Emperor's treated like a god. He's aware that the Emperor's basically dead. He's a sitting corpse on a throne. And a lot of them that are aware of that sort of thing. Like, don't forget the Loyalists themselves, the Loyalist Space Marine, outside of things like the Black Templar, don't actually worship the Emperor. They recognize that other people worship him, but they don't. They're like, yep. He's literally just a corpse on a throne at this point. Still a great person, but you know. Or Carrion Lord of the Imperium. Again, I could see people of the Imperium saying that, especially people like Gulliman and those others who are, you know, under no disillusionments or whatever. So the two that makes me think either Abaddon, because, you know, all of the corpse emperor thing, and just how pessimistic he is, or Gulliman, because of all the corpse emperor thing, and just how pessimistic he is. I need to remember, how was Gulliman referred to the Emperor in other 40k cinematic? Because he certainly does not like the Imperium as it is. Well, the fact is that it focuses on a guardsman who gets killed by Black Legion soldiers. Again, another point to Abaddon is the person talking. Solutions to YouTube, Buckaroo. Salutations! Not solutions. Salutations. I cannot read at times, I apologize. Although, doesn't Abaddon have a bigger thing to deal with right now? The fact that he's having to now deal with vtuber being a bit of a brat with his Iron Citadel and killing his Black Legion soldiers. Like last we heard, he was having to turn around some of his forces to go and deal with vtuber's attacks in Cadia.
Abaddon is love, Abaddon is life. Give yourself to Chaos and he shall guide you right.
I thought you hated Space Marines. Abaddon's the Space Marine. He's basically one of the oldest and one of the first Space Marines. He's the most Space Marine of all Space Marines. Is it Chaos Space Marine? Okay, yeah, but he hates Chaos. I'm a dying trying to apply contrast black on a white base. Oh, that does not go well. I did that with not the last Space Marine battery painted, but on the battery painted before them for my Black Templars. Yeah, that did not go well. One of the things that I had to do in the end was go over with some Abaddon Black over the top of it. Anyway. Especially at some of the corners, because the paint does not want to stay on the corners of the model. His faction barely gets any love for 40k. What do you mean? He doesn't. The Black Legion of the Ultramarines of the Chaos. They get the most love of all of the Chaos things. They've had their own codexes. They've had multiple detachments. They've had animations. They've been in multiple games. They're the default for a lot of things. They're like the default Chaos Space Marine. Every time a Chaos Space Marines get a new model, it's got to be in black. You can guarantee that it's going to have at least one paint scheme officially done in Black Legion. Even if it was originally really designed for the Iron Warriors or whatever. Black Legion of the White Bread of Chaos, yep. You need some light grey or dark grey to paint over, exactly. Especially if you're just doing it for contrast. If you have enough of just, black paint, then you can do it. You don't even need grey. You can basically paint black contrast over any sort of non-white colour. And it'll be fine. If it's going straight over white, it struggles. You're going to get it looking as streaky as this thing. Okay, that looks a lot better than before. It's still a bit streaky, but at least it looks better now. Not great though. Definitely gonna have to fix some of this up. Do. 1,000 Suns, my favourite faction still. For last updated codex, so Black Legion was in 2024. Last update, yeah. For Black Legion is Chaos Space Marine codex. It's called Chaos Space Marine, but it's really, hey, this is Black Legion, and you know you can also play it as other factions if you want to. A bit like the Chaos Space Marine codex. Not for Chaos, the normal Space Marine codex is basically, hey, this is a Blueberry codex. But you can play it as a different chapter if you really wanted to. Why no paint 1,000 Suns? I don't have any 1,000 Suns. Hi, Koronama Sauleko. What is this? What is this? What for project is? What is that? What is that little emote? I have no idea what that little emote is. Blue builder? What variant? Person blue holding pencil. Oh. And I do actually have some 1,000 Suns in a way, and by some I mean one. My Sorcerer of Saint in my Night Lord army uses a 1,000 Sun Exalted Sorcerer as a body, and then I use a spare bits from it to convert up some of my other Saintian Space Marines. My Rubik Marine squad though is not actually a 1,000 Sun squad. It's a squad of Space Marine Legionnaires with disintegrator weapons, because I thought, you know, both of them disintegrator weapons feel like they'd be very 1,000 Sun piled or Rubik Marine piled. Because it feels weird putting Rubik Marines into a Night Lord army. I also do have
Magnus did nothing wrong. Magnus the Red did everything right.
No, Magnus did nothing wrong. He was told to do nothing, and he did it wrong. No one who has fallen to chaos, you know, is entirely innocent in that regard. They all fail in some regard. Bye chat, only here for a short while today. Bye bye! Dennison, thanks for popping in. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Good luck with your classes tomorrow. There we go. I know, if only for light bad-mouthing of Biggie and no acceptation of chaos. I don't think the voice was a chaos figure. I don't know. Because Abaddon isn't exactly a guy who exalts chaos either. He hates chaos. He hates the chaos gods. He looks down upon foes who get corrupted by chaos. He is he rejects demons and demon gifts. In many regards, it could very much be him. Like, he is more hates the Emperor, hates the Imperium, than he is loves chaos. He's definitely in that. I'm not using chaos isn't using me. I'm using chaos faction. Where he's being used by chaos. You know. Hi, Foxy. How you doing? Nice, still didn't really badmouth Big E on VMPing that much too. I think it's either some sort of historitor. It could be Dante. Like, Dante is not a worshipper of the Emperor by any means. But I think it's more likely to be Gulliman. And Gulliman also did the intro to the 10th edition. And it does sound kind of similar to Gulliman, but Gulliman sounds like a generic Space Marine, to be honest. A lot of Space Marines sound very similar to Gulliman if we've done the voices of them. So strange, is it not, that so many I wish beside me stand against me, while at my back are only for flawed and damaged. I am a master of broken monsters. Yeah. Horus. I mean, for all we know, it could be the hive mind. Because if you watch a 10th edition cinematic as well, not for hive mind there, but for points towards Gulliman, for 10th edition cinematic is also quite, negative. And that one's definitely voiced by Gulliman, where he is saying, the Imperium says this, this, and this, but the truth is this. Priests and preachers preach victory. Whatever I look, there's only more. It's not actually a line. I'm trying to just paraphrase it because I can't remember it exactly. There we go. This is looking nice now. The blue is still not perfect, but it's fine. Once the other colours are put onto first, I think the blue should start looking nicer by comparison. side by side without just blank white. That the blue goes over quite a bit. There we go. If you could kill off one character in 40k, which one would it be? And why? Preferably not just because you don't like the character. High Marshal Alberic. I don't know who High Marshal Alberic is. I know who High Marshal Alderic is. Does Erda exist in 40k? 40k. One day I'll care enough to remember his name, but today is not that day. Oh, in 40k, Yeet. One that is still alive in 40k. So it could be Gulliman, the Lion, PT Turbo, Logar, Trizan the Infinite. Belisarius Carl. 50-50 Carl. Ooh, why Carl? So I'm having a drink, by the way. What would be a fun one to get rid of? For me, I think maybe Gaskell Thacker. I think it would be very interesting if he were to, like, die. And what could replace him? Hi, Seredrin. We're discussing if there's one character in 40k you could kill off. Why would you? Who would it be and why? Outside of you just don't like that character. Or preferably outside of it. And preferably not one of my headcanon characters. That's mean. Like, no. Like, why would it? You wouldn't want to get rid of this one, would you? Oh, you're a bug-faced woman. Okay, so I bought all of his books after coming back, but every time I try reading them, Carl just comes off as a smug Gary Stu. Oh, like a Mary Sue. I'm thinking. That is kind of true, I guess. I've not read all of his books. I've only been reading Archmagos, and he was in Fall of Cadia. While he was definitely arrogant in both of those books, I didn't find him being very, you know, Mary Sue, Gary Stu, or whatever. Oh, and he's also been in what else was it in? He was in... Not Gate of Bones. Oh, what else was he in? Avenging Sun. Yeah, he was in Avenging Sun. The issue thing is in both of them, he's always got like this semi-antagonistic streak within it. Like when you go from anyone else's point of view, he's like an antagonist within the story. Not trusted. Not liked. Like, I keep getting told he gets better as he goes on, but all I see is a smart boot. But it's always on top of a situation. You might like Archmagos then. I've not finished Archmagos, mostly because I've been trying to read it when I go to sleep and then just keep not reading it. But I'm almost finished it now. And so far within it, you see a lot more of his... You don't even need to read the other books, because I've not read the other Carl books. One, he doesn't feature in it too heavily, despite it being definitely a Carl book. It's got the new Iron Warrior character. The one that recently got a model. It's got him in it. It's got the demon god of machines in it. And one of the Historias of Gulliman. She's like really the main character of the story. But yeah, you get to definitely see this other most, not a sensitive side to Carl, but the side of him that, you know, the others don't necessarily see, that's more fragile, I'd say. But yeah, he's not actually always on top of it. He just, you know, he actively tries creating this smug attitude around him, sort of thing. Again, though, that is a big part of his entire character, that he's just a smug know-it-all that other people don't like and don't trust. I don't think it necessarily actually meant to really like him as a person. Because he definitely is not a great person. If you don't like him in Archmagos, so you still struggle with him in that book, then yeah, Carl's probably just not a character for you. What is the consensus? We don't know yet. I don't know which character I'd get. I think for me it would be Gaskell Thacker, just because I think it would be interesting to see what would happen if he were to disappear. Like, would a new, bigger, better arc appear? Would the other warlords get bigger and more dangerous? Would his one war that is so incredibly focused in just a couple of zones split up and spread across the Imperium, attacking everywhere at once? It's all the stuff he gets away with. Yeah, he gets away with a lot of stuff. But that's who he is, I guess. Who would I have in my story? No one. I like stakes and tension. I don't really get that with Carl. To be honest, I think it's hard to get that with a lot of characters. To some extent. Because if a named character, you know that pretty much they're going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Or maybe not everything, but you know. Imperial Guard stories are the best of that type. Because often the Imperial Guard that, you know, is in the story might not be a named character. But they very much could die in the story. The friends are probably going to die. But if you want the stakes, I'd say that Archmages does have the stakes and tension for you. Carl does make mistakes. And they can be quite costly. That's all I'll say about that one. Because otherwise I'm going to start giving spoilers. If you have read it, then yeah, it might not be great then. All of Cadia is a pretty fun book. That one definitely has stakes and tensions. Carl features within it, but he's basically just a minor character. That's another story. You got the Last Chances. Hey, Flash. Ooh, the new book, Mad Duck Bossin, also is pretty fun. I'm reading the Sardu Layaka book, and it's fine. Like, I get the same feeling I got with the Cypher book, just a tasty snack for Wordbearers fans, but to me, meh. Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Cool model, though. I've not read that book. I have not read the Cypher book either. Yeah, I'd recommend you probably like the Imperial Guardsman books the best then. I wouldn't recommend Steel Tread if that's what you're going for. Steel Tread gets away with way too much. Actually kind of ruined the story a bit for me. But he got, I can't, what's it called? Is it Dark Imperium? No, that's not what it's called. You got the book, which starts with Avenging. So Dawn of Fire, that's a series. You got the Dawn of Fire series, where it's has ups and downs, and it's not the best series ever. I've only read the first two, but you're a Space Marine reader mainly. I don't know which Space Marine books I'd recommend then. I mean, have you read the Dawn of Fire series? You're missing half of them. Oh. On the Black Library app. Hi, Quadro. How you doing? On the Black Library app, I've been listening to the audiobook. The first one was free. But that was a few months ago. They did the free deal for it. So that one's gone now. You want to read about Space Marines? I've heard Leviathan's good. I've not gotten to read it yet. It's one of the books on offer on the app though, 66% off, but I have it physically, so you know. Fall of Cadia features Space Marines in it. One of the main characters is a Black Templar. Abaddon's another main character within the story. There's also a World Eater who's the main character. And the Space Wolves feature a little bit in it. Well, the main characters really are the Guardsmen, for the most part. Paul's also a character in the story. He's definitely more of a minor character side of things. Even a lot of the more marine-focused books, though, aren't actually from the marine point of view. Or at least a large part of the books aren't. Which can make it hard to recommend some of them. Any other Fentress books? Not read from those, so I can't recommend them, but I've heard they're good. You're a physical book reader? Oh. Don't do ebooks. I mostly listen to the ebooks, but not the ebooks, the audiobooks when I've been painting. Do. Go. Fowler Birth of the Imperium barely has any point of view from Fowler. It's on the point of view of one random woman mostly. Well, not that random, to be honest. Handawire, that's the name. Done it. Bunch of areas in this model and this. There we go. I've read a good chunk of a Night Lord omnibus. I've not read those ones at all yet. I'm kind of afraid to, because it's one of those things. I love the Night Lords, but I mostly just like the Night Lords of First Aesthetic. I don't want to read the books and then, you know, not like Night Lords anymore. Similar thing that when I have whenever Black Templars show up anywhere, I'm like, there's a good chance that I might not like the writing for Black Templar here. Yeet Aladari. How are you going to be? Okay, your backpack can be painted. This can be a shop bone. Stuff coming out of it can be gold. That can be all the shop bone. Most of them are. This has got to be difficult to paint. Absolutely insane model. Yeah, I've not painted this on. There we go. That. How is the Night Lord Omnibus though? Is it? I keep hearing people like the Night Lord Omnibus. Well, they've reprinted it a few times, so it must be good. Like the stream if you like the Night Lord Omnibus. Night Lord Omnibus. Love the colour scheme, thank you. We're going for tropical beach vibes. Which will hopefully be more obvious once I've done all the base colours and then, you know, get onto the proper painting.
What a silly girl.
What a silly girl. Why am I silly? What did I do? Why is this guitar silly? Is this one in there? I don't know. Hard to tell which end this is. go. It's a good story, having finished about a third of it, I'd say. It's worth a buy. Oh, that's good. I've got a few other things to read before then. I've got the Trizon for Infinite, but the annotated version. Leviathan. I want to get back to that Sephrin Rain book as well. Need to finish Archmagos. The other day when I was ill, I just spent a lot of time just reading for book because I couldn't be bothered doing anything else. So that was earlier this week. And I got a good chunk of the book done. And then what do I have after that? I've got the Leviathan book to read. And then I've got the first in the Horus Heresy saga because I recently did a reprint of that. It had a bunch of stuff in it. What else is in it? You'd love to reread Eye of Terror by Barrington J. Bailey again, but my copy is packed away somewhere. Oh, I've never read that book. Never even heard of it. How many Cupcons does it take to fill up the sun? Half. Actually, not even half. Sometimes I can just look up to the sky and I can put my thumb over the sun and it just becomes night. Like, oh, that worked. Except when my thumb burns, I don't like it. It gets overbaked. So, you know. I mean, my thumb is giant, like.
Cuttle caused the fall of Babylon, not God.
What?
Cuttle is evil.
Cuttle is evil. Good. Good Cuptle. Yeah, we know Cuptles might be a little evil. Did you see Cuptle in the... Have you not seen the debut video? The lore video? Oh, you should go and check it out. It's on the channel. And Kaiju Cuptle. SmolBossin. No! Hello. How you doing? I'm a chibi boss, dude. I'm a chibi boss. I'm a chibi boss. Do 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 do. I'm a chibi boss. Chibi boss.
A cute but silly girl.
A cute. What do you mean silly? I'm not silly. I'm super duper serious. Why so serious? You know how I got these stars? Fair boys called me a silly person. So, I had to fight God, and I won. But to do so gave me a scar that instantly healed, so, you know, you don't have to see it. There is no scar. I apologise. I think one of the most annoying things in come back and finding out several books I've brought over the years were part of trilogies. About a several years out of print. Yeah. Black Library doesn't always and sometimes it's hard to know which books are part of which series. I think it's partly because if they basically design some of the books, like I feel like the Dawn of Fire series, you don't need to read any, you could buy any of the Dawn of Fire books and just read it without having read the other ones. I'll just catch you up to where it is in first story. And I feel like that's the case of a lot of Black Library books. But also, they do have a habit of going, hey, this is a series, but not really telling you it's a series. Not making it obvious. And then it's hard to also figure out what's the actual reading order for these stories, please? And so it's hard to know without first reading the book. And then, yeah. Although they do regularly, you know, reprint books. So with any luck, you can get them in the future, hopefully. Like the Corridon's book they recently put out. Ice pop wrappers cut your mouth. No, ice pop wrappers don't cut my mouth. That's because I don't have ice pops. I do have Mars bar ice cream, so I've been really enjoying them recently. Maybe a bit too much. They're lower calories than normal Mars bars, you know?
I was trying to download Blue Archive with you miniaturized, but you started lagging.
I started lagging. No, your internet's not that strong. Try to the Omnisire to improve your internet. I might have to rely on other stuff with that. Oh wait, backpack. Then we'll be down to the Skitarii Marshal. I'm trying to paint these guys is I can definitely see why people sub-assembly paint Mechanicus models. Because my goodness, it's hard getting into all of the crevices on them. The Shabty Bone might be actually a good colour to undercoat them with. If I can find a Shabty Bone grey. Because the blue still goes over Shabty Bone as easily as it does over other colours. Over grey. I keep hearing the tribe will install more broadband internet to rural homes. I hope I get picked too. I want fast internet. Ooh. Yeah. Getting fast internet must be difficult. I hear a lot of parts of America do struggle for faster internet, but for plenty of parts of Britain also struggle. Alright, I'm off to play some video games. Have a great day. Have a great day, Earl, and enjoy your video games. Thanks for popping in and stuff. There we go. Yeah. Nice. Oh, shabby bone. Yeah, this is, I'm gonna need to find a good equivalent blue in a layer paint. Actually, how close is that to real life? It's not as vibrant and saturated as it is in real life. If I turn off a light, does that help? A little. Although again, it's like, this is very vibrant blue. Oh, the thumbnail picture probably shows a blue best, actually. Getting fast internet to a lot of areas, I imagine, will be pretty expensive and difficult. But as with all infrastructure, once it's set up, especially internet infrastructure, all it really needs to do is be maintained. And the maintenance of internet infrastructure generally isn't that hard or expensive. So in the end, it's a long-term investment. It's not like, you know, piping and stuff, which is prone to breaking, bursting, and exploding. Which isn't to say it doesn't need any maintenance. Still needs plenty of it, especially in places that have seismic activity or ground activity. And in rural areas, farmers and stuff have a habit of accidentally breaking power lines underground. Oh gosh, my arms. The tribe keeps getting federal aid money that keeps disappearing. They should start building now for social media to air out our grievances. Oh, that's questionable. I know that in some places, like in Britain, when they had all of those mental health things going out into a lot of zones, the money just disappeared and new mental health facilities weren't brought into action, or at least were, and they're just absolutely terrible. A bunch of investigations have, you know, found corruption. Too many yogurts. No! Okay, let's look. Website next week. Armageddon box. Oh. Oh, for gubbins. Oh, for carvus and stuff. It's also the only place to get your hands on the Operation Imperator book. Oh. We have made a lot. Okay, in your area. I thought it was like just not going to be uploaded anywhere. It was no Europe of rest of the world 11 AM CST. United Kingdom 10 AM BST. Yep. USA and Canada 10 AM PDT. Japan and Korea 11 AM JST KST. Australia 10 AM. New Zealand 10 AM. Oh. Coming to Warhammer Plus this week. Lore Masters, how to roll, masterclass on how to paint. Ow. Ooh, Armageddon Season of Fire book. Ooh, new Armageddon book. Space Marine and Sister of Battle is in that. Core rules will be up next week. Exclusive interviews with 40k Studio. Oh. Oh, White Dwarf 525 is a city. I thought that would come out being, you know, all about 11th edition. No, Cities of Sigmar. In-depth designers notes and Cities of Sigmar range. Cities of Sigmar versus Maggotkin battle report. Titanic Duel mini game update for Knights Dominus. Ooh. Remember, if you order on warhammer.com before 10 p.m. BST on the Sunday 7th of June and select in-store collection, you'll typically be able to pick it up on launch day. Yeah! Oh, it's exciting stuff. I'm excited of both of the things here. Doesn't sound like any new models are coming out at the same time. Okay. Those that already have rules out. Any new rules here? Warhammer Plus, Lore Masters. And to round out the week on Friday, there'll be a new episode of Aeronautic Imperialis. On Warhammer Community, you've got 3 downloads. When are they going to release? I imagine they'll release probably on the Saturday. But maybe it'll be throughout the week. Oof, I shouldn't have sent that last message. Why did you send the last message? Oh, look at Season of Fire. This is what happens to Blair Boris right now. Season of Fire for you. In your tum-tums. I mean, if it ate spicy food, it'd be the Season of Fire. Oh, prepare for war. Prepare for war. See the full range of Space Marines. By the way, the Armageddon Return of Yavik book still here. And so is the Armageddon Battalion. Can I actually type in battalion? What battalions are still out there? Oh gosh, whacking everything down. So the Sisters of Battle Battalion is still up. So is a Death Watch one, for Orcs one, for Leagues of Photon, the Imperial Knights one, the Adeptus Mechanicus one. Oh, is the Astra Militarum one finally sold out? I think it might have. They had it up for a while. Yeah, it seems to have sold out now. Yeah, it was up there for a few weeks though, so that was good. Oops, accidentally did slime armor. Yep, it's gone. Marauders. Marauder bombers, Marauder destroyers. They're actually doing quite well at keeping on top of a stock for them, it feels like. They're such cool kits. I'm hoping a new edition gives us full rules of these guys. I'm hoping new edition brings back more flyers into plastic. Because, I mean, the new edition flyers don't seem too bad. I kind of want to get the Death Watch one. Death Watch one is cool. Taco Bell. Any word of the Hive books? Oh yeah, the Hive books you can order them for not for free. I almost said for free. They're made on demand until 5th of June, so that's basically until Friday this coming week. Here you go. So you can order the limited edition version of a premium edition, 80 quid, but it's print on demand. Or you can order this book, it's again print on demand, but only 40 quid. And again, 2 books in the box. Premium edition also includes 2 books, and they are red paged. Or the edges are red paged. Piety be your light. Are they good? No idea. I imagine they must be good with them having this premium edition stuff and for releasing 2 books. Is it a reprint of them? I think it is. I've heard good things about them, but I've not read them. I'm tempted to actually get them, but you know, the Yavik Omnibus, Legends of War, The First Heretic, Tarot Master, Kingmaker for Best Night Book. I always mugs up Dan Abnett and Gav McNeil. I've not been a great fan of a lot of Dan Abnett's books. I did read most of the Gaunt's Ghosts, but it was definitely not my favourite series. That being said, there was a book I recently read. I can't remember which one was it, by Dan Abnett. I can check my phone actually, potentially. Because you have all the books here, don't you? Pre-order for Armageddon box. Yep, we know. Library. I Am Slaughter. Yeah, that was it. I listened to I Am Slaughter recently, and it wasn't that bad actually. Like, I don't like a lot of his writing style sometimes. I Am Slaughter still had some of the issues, especially in the first part of it, but as it got into it, I didn't mind it. But for me, he's definitely one of those authors where sometimes it can be a bit of a hit or... Well, it's not necessarily a hit or miss. If it's a miss, I can still like his work. It's just not going to like it as much as I could do. Is the way I'd say it.
It's almost noon here in New Mexico of the USA. What time is it in Britain, Conjurer?
20 to 7 in the afternoon. Yeah, my streams in British summer time start usually at 4, end at around 7, unless I go over time. Except my morning streams, which start at 11 AM and end usually... Well, it depends, because often a lot of my morning streams now are long streams. But if it's not going to be a long stream, usually it ends around 2 PM for me. It sounds that we have around a 7-hour time difference. That'll be fun to have gold. Good to know. Thanks for telling me the time difference. Yeah, I'm around 7 hours ahead of you. That means when I do my morning streams, it's like 4 AM for you. And it finishes at around 8 AM. I want to tuck in for Conjurer. No! 9 seconds out. 9 seconds out. There we go. I got a wire here. That's all got to be gold there. These models are so complex. All going to be gold. This is definitely a place where I should probably be taking a layer brush to it, not a base brush, but whatever. Oh gosh! Right, I forgot to close this. Sorry, you couldn't see. Sorry, but you just had the hive book in your way. Yeah, Dan Abnett's not my favourite author, but he can be cool at times. He's definitely one of the more prolific authors. He writes a hell of a lot. He's also done Transformers comics and a few other things too. I'm definitely going to get new paint. It's a new month, so trying to keep my expenses down though. For this month. Because I know I'm going to be getting the starter set of a launch box for Armageddon. I'll get... What do I want to get with it? Nothing. I'll get a paint. Probably order a paint at the same time. Oh, my tummy is all bubbly. Oh, that Eisen, not Red Eisenhorn either. I do want to read it. Because I've heard it's very good. I think one of the issues that I have with this writing style is it's a relatively inoffensive writing style. Although not every single book he does is in the exact same writing style. Heck, half of the time when he writes a book, he might not necessarily keep a consistent writing style throughout it. You do what a lot of authors do, which you change your writing style based on whose point of view you currently have. It's very hard to comment on these books. And again, like, for me, writing style is a big thing that can change my enjoyments of a book. Well, for a lot of people, it won't matter to them. Unless it's a really weird writing style, like House of Leaves or something. But, like, I'm the kind of person who, if they end up having, like, a dialogue between, like, a couple of characters, or maybe 3 of them, and it's just like X person says, X person says, X person says, or X says, Y says, Z says, X says, Y says, Z says, X says, or said. Just saying said over and over again between like, so it's across different lines.
If the next Mortal Kombat had Warhammer 40k characters, who should they be?
I don't know, probably Titus. Bison the Infinite would be funny. Gaskell Fracker. To be honest, I wouldn't want from him the Mortal Kombat. I think Capcom beat them up would probably be way more fun. Like how they did with DC and Marvel ones. The issue with... I didn't like Mortal Kombat when they did the Injustice series. I did play it because, you know, I love myself some DC. Even though I don't usually like Mortal Kombat, it was okay. Yeah. Hi! Oh, Dreamer Raid. Hi, Briar. Hello, Raiders. I'm Cupcake Conjurer in both name and profession. How was your stream? I hope it was fun. Make sure you get some rest, you eat some food, and all of that good stuff. We're currently painting. We're going for a tropical theme to these dudes. We're painting a beige. It's very rough at the moment. We're just doing base colours. And I'm very messy when I do that. Oh no, I do that gold. That seems like a good goldy colour to do. Hi, Nanofate. How you doing too? Lucius Eternal. His fatality could be him losing. And then coming back through the loser's body. That could be funny. I think each of the Champions of Chaos would probably be best in Mortal Kombat. I don't really think there's any characters you couldn't necessarily do. Because Mortal Kombat's had all sorts of crazy characters in their games. Like you might think, oh, being Mortal Kombat doesn't generally do you know, those bigger brute characters that are slow. Stream was good. I collected a lot of crabs in the Pirates of the Caribbean mode. Ooh. Collecting crabs. You know, isn't that what they go to the doctors for, having too many crabs? There we go. Ah, my hair's getting caught to my magnifying glass. Oh. There we go. Collecting crabs. Collecting crabs. Every day collecting crabs. There we go. I guess we can't get you collecting rum. Good fame for game. Or maybe we could. One gamba before bed. Ah, it was a loss. That just means you need to stay up and have another gamba. No. Go to bed. Make sure you get some good sleep. It's Monday tomorrow. Don't want to burn the candle at both ends too much. I hope you don't. Take care of yourself. That's not a request. That's in order. Clearly you pushed your luck, it's true. I think I need to start using my sprinkles before they rot. Oh my gosh, you got 171,785. Don't worry, sprinkles don't rot. They're magical. Although we did have a great sprinkle explosion, didn't we, a while ago? When we switched over to mix it up. Which meant everyone's sprinkles were lost. You're doing okay. Hi, the mongoose. The heat disagreed with you. It did disagree with me the other day. Well, I say it did. I'm not sure if I was feeling ill because of the heat wave. And like, maybe it overheated me in my sleep or not. Or if I was just ill for other reasons. It's hard to tell. It's hard to know. But yeah, I'm doing okay-ish. I never do too well with heat though. I got my air conditioner. Oh my gosh, how am I gonna mute this bit? I tried using gloves on building Gunpla, skenos and stuff, you know, but I felt twice as fat fingers as normal when wearing them. Yeah, gloves can make it a bit difficult. If you're wearing disposable gloves like this, it can mitigate the feeling of fat-fingeredness. But sometimes it's like you're trying to hold like the tiny piece especially, and the wrinkles in the glove can make it very difficult. I mean, if you pull them taut like that, it's a little easier, but then all it has to do is move a bit and wrinkles again get in the way. I guess that's why like actual surgical gloves and stuff, they're designed to like be fit very taut over your hand. It's easier to handle them. Didn't help that mine were dirt cheap and got holes in them real fast. Yeah, these ones can too. I buy, because I use the gloves all of the time for streams and stuff, I buy them in bulk from this medical website. They're not actually medical gloves, the same gloves that tattooists would use. These ones are specifically not for medical purposes, or like not surgical anyway. People like nurses might use them for protection. I just buy them in bulk so that I bought a box that had like 1, 2 wide, 5 and 2 my 20 boxes or something in it. So yeah, first that's lots of gloves. Pretty big expense to get them initially, but with the amount that you get, you're actually not paying much per glove. But again, I'm using them like every single day, and sometimes, like, if I'm having to pause the stream, I might have to get the gloves off. And then once you do get them off, if they don't go back on, it's very difficult to get them back on once you take them off.
Why do you wear them, Conjurer? Do you have gang tattoos on your hands?
Yeah, very identified. No, there's a couple of reasons. One is so that I'm not, you know, messing up my hands with paint and glue and stuff. Two, it's because it's part of it is like VTuber etiquette. I know not everybody VTuber and other person like uses gloves, but one of the big reasons that like I've heard a lot of VTubers wear gloves, it's effectively, while I don't have identifying marks on my hand or do you know anything weird, other people do. And it just helps normalize the idea that if you wear gloves, you know, you might be wearing a glove for any number of reasons. Sometimes it might just be because you want to. For some, it might be to hide skin blemishes or skin colour. Others, you know, scars or tattoos. It could be anything. Another thing for me is that I break my nails all of the time because I actually don't know why. My nails are just very, very weak. I think it's due to my health condition and stuff. But yeah, I break my nails all the time, so my nails are often a mess and I can't be bothered. I don't like showing them off. Also, I get blood on my hands a lot because of my health. Especially like under my nails. So it's not necessarily stuff I want to show on camera. Eat more fish. To be honest, I would more likely recognise a VTuber by voice anyway. Yeah, it's not just identifying. It's like sometimes people have things on their hands or their wrists or whatever. I just don't want people seeing. And for more people that don't have those types of things but still wear gloves on their hands anyway, the more it normalises it. And, you know, if they can wear gloves without feeling like they're abnormal doing so, or people will be being like, hey, you're wearing gloves, so this must be the case. I was like, nah, plenty of people wear gloves on stream, in hand cams. And for all you know, I could have marks like that, but I don't. Hope I keep seeing you when we're both ancient. I'm already ancient, don't worry. There we go. I'm not that delicate. I'm as tough as can be. I'm a tough monkey. I'm not a monkey, I hate monkeys. Some show the whole body with a neck down and they have tattoos and stuff. Hiding the face is just a formality. Yeah. People, like, I just don't want to bother, like, showing myself on stream, to be quite frank. It's, it's an effort I can't really be bothered to go for. Like, some days, yeah, I could probably put makeup on and whatever, but a lot of the times I'm ill. Like, even when I'm streaming, I often feel ill or awful. I've not had a great day in terms of health, so I don't have the energy to do anything. And then I just don't have the confidence, you know, that other people do anyway. of showing themselves, even if they're not got the energy to do the full, you know, routine of making themselves look nice. I'd rather just keep myself as I am. Now my health's not, thankfully, not as bad as like some other people's, like, you know, Iron Mouse or whatever. There we go. I mean, sometimes when I'm doing my painting Warhammer off stream, I'll just put gloves off anyway, because I just, you know, I don't want to like look out for all the paint all over my finger already. Especially like if I'm handling super glue. Sometimes it can just be super annoying. A bunch of belts on it. So I sometimes get small cuts and scratches, especially in my cat. I think I'll probably wear gloves too if I was a streamer. Oh. I actually do have a little mark. Like, do you know when you get a blister and it becomes all bright purple? I ended up having something like that, and I still got a purple going black mark on my hand. I have no idea what caused it. I just noticed it one day. I was like, huh, what the heck caused that? Like, it was already in the healing process. Like, so it wasn't fresh when I did notice it. I'm like, what the heck? It was like an insect bit my hand in my sleep. I wear these gloves, do you know, these fabric ones, because I get eczema. And I find that they help. I know for people who have eczema on their hands, if they don't think gloves like this help. But everyone's different, so it's fine. Okay. There we go. And what time is it? 7:06. I don't want to go over time too much today because I need to make the schedule for the week and for thumbnails for the next 3 days. So this week, I'll probably make the storm speeders this week. What I'm thinking, I'll do some more painting tomorrow for Mechanicus models. We'll probably get this guy done. Well, for beige on him, and for beige on this one, hopefully. And then we'll have to... I'll probably do Friday, maybe Rogue Trader on a Friday. Now, I want to finish reading for Armageddon books as well. So, oh yeah, on Saturday, let's read the Armageddon book. Sunday, we'll play Mechanicus 2. And then Wednesday, No, Friday. I don't know what we'll do. I don't know what we'll do Friday. Maybe some Rogue Trader. Maybe more painting. Maybe some Rogue Trader. It's been a while since I played Rogue Trader. That might be good. Okay, but thank you for coming to the stream today. Big love heart. Since Brian raided, and we've still got the raiders here, and we've not been here for long, let me just look at YouTube. Let's see if anyone's live that we know of. Okay, YouTube's telling me that no one's live, so okay then. I guess then we'll just send some big hearts to you. And, you know, take care of yourselves, be kind to others and vice versa. Work hard but play harder. Eat good food, sleep well, dream of cupcakes, but don't eat for cupcakes because they're friends, not food. So goodbye, everyone. Bye, bye, bye. Big hearts. Yeah. Love you all. Do, smash. Yeah, I'll get the schedule up tonight and hopefully the stream's schedule too. Love you all. Don't forget to like the stream, please.